This video is going to be about the basic attempt to improve the light situation on the X-Star. It is not very comfortable to mount the light on the side rail, at least this particular light. Maybe some other light would be possible, but one thing at a time. I got a 45-degree, what do you call that? Offset mount, made in China by Waltis, which, by the way, is the company that used to make some of the basic Chinese prism scopes of the variety that I will show in a different video. I actually own a couple of them, and at $40 I found them to be a very nice budget solution to very specific requirements. Okay, so here's the mount. Nothing special. Is controlled by these, I presume, bolts somehow. How that works, to be determined. How do I lock them down? That's the question, right? That is a question I want to answer, but at this time I don't know yet. Alternatively, it can be mounted on the top rail. Create a 45-degree angle mount, which could potentially remove the need for the side rail, potentially. But for me, what it looks like, this might be a very interesting option. Slightly off at the top, almost 45-degree angle. Note that this rail is not 100% horizontal. It is already at an angle. So without further ado, can I mount anything on this rail? And the answer is, if it's from here, no, I cannot, because things get in the way, right? This thing, this mount. However, can I put the light on it in advance and then mount? That is something I'm going to test. See, it has this tiny bolts right here. They come out through this. They're so tiny, I'm actually wondering how this thing works. So if I were to mount it, try to mount it here, it will not fit. See? What if I bring it forward more? The idea is to make sure the light is at the front. Is it still heating? Yes, it is. So, can I in any other way mount this here? Maybe if I move to the first item here, let's see. Okay, so item number 1 is mounting it to the offset. Item number 2 is trying to find the spot where this works. See? It's almost like it's a forward mount. And now this works fine from this side, and it will work fine from the other side. Kind of approach That is very, very unusual. However, the issue is, how do I make this mount succeed? Shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to take the light off for now and mount it, the offset mount itself on the handguard right up front. Not this way, it won't fit. It's your well. By the way, you can actually do this as well, which could be even easier. Aluminum on plastic, not necessarily the best solution, but it gives me that extra little bitty rail on the side. Again, this is an alternative to doing just this. The reason why I'm not suggesting this approach is very simple. If you want to put irons on this gun, this is where they would be. And mounting this thing here would prevent you from being able to mount them. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to have to look into how this thing works in better ways. So that's one way of doing it. Second way of doing it is just to use a different light. I have a Lucid C3 weapon light, which might be a better solution to this particular situation. It has 300 lumens. Very simple. Very simple, though a little bit more expensive than the Crimson. Again, my main concern is that the light should not get in the way of the optics. Using basic arrow key, we can unhook this light so that we can mount it. This can be mounted up front, theoretically. And unfortunately it obscures the optics. And that was my issue as well before with this optic. It's nice when it's by itself, but it is a very low optic, which is nice to a degree. But if I put my finger on this light, let's say, and this is actually a fairly comfortable position, the light is actually in the way of the sight. So I'm probably going to install a riser mount for the prism scope. And going to test whether this makes it uncomfortable for the cheek well or not. At this time I do not know. This is initial test video for the options I want to try to improve the X-Star and possibly make it even more comfortable and more fun. You will see in the next video what I come up with. For now, these are the options I am considering, and we'll see how it goes. Honestly, I would rather have this and put a pressure panel that it comes with here. Crimson. I like this light. I don't like the fact that it changes the modes, but I don't think that's going to be an issue with the pressure panel. This pressure panel right here. This might be nice and simple too, as you can see. Or possibly install it in other model. We'll see. You will get a different review video or dedicated review video for the lucid light. It might be interesting. It is an unusual shape. It's kind of low, as you can see. It is lower than, let's say, either one of these three lights on a stand, so it would fit on here with a regular optic mount. So you can see how high it is, and you see how low this side is. So that might be the solution. We'll update and look forward to the next video. I'm always trying to make this gun more comfortable, and keep practicing. Practice makes perfect, and without practice, no weapon is practical. And on this note, I will wish you have a good time of the day, and we'll see you in the next video.